In this video, I'm analyzing an excerpt from Listening and Speaking, and is a paragraph that says, I know I'm not the worst person in the world. I just sometimes pretend to be. My philosophy in life was that you should hurt first before getting hurt. There are times when I'm tougher and more cold-hearted with you, but I have made a decision. I will change for me and for you. This paragraph has 5 sentences. The first one, I know I'm not the worst person in the world, is a complex sentence. It has a main clause and one noun clause. The main clause is I know, and this clause doesn't have phrases, and its parts of speech are I, which is a personal pronoun functioning as the subject, and know, which is a verb. Then we have a noun clause. And here it's important to note that this sentence is omitting the relative. Well, in this case, it would be a subordinating conjunction because it's a noun clause. It's omitting that. And it says, I'm not the worst person in the world. And the phrases within this noun clause are I'm not, which would be the verb phrase, the worst person, which is a noun phrase, and here the worst is a superlative. A superlative is a kind of adjective that has two words, the article the, and then the adjective in the superlative form. The superlative functions as a way to describe something that is the most among a group of things. For example, if I say, Sarah is the tallest of her family, then I'm indicating that Sarah is the most of something, in this case, the tallest. Then another phrase in this clause is in the world, which is a prepositional phrase, and then the world, which is a noun phrase, functioning as the object of the preposition in. Parts of speech, well, we have that, as I said, is not here, but yeah, in this case, it would be like a subordinating conjunction. Then I, it's a noun, a personal pronoun. Am would be the verb to be. Not, it's like an adverb. The, an article, but with worst, it's a superlative, an adjective. Person is a noun in preposition, the article, and world, noun. Then we have the second sentence, I just sometimes pretend to be, which is a simple sentence, so it only has a main clause, and it's that I just sometimes pretend to be. It has two phrases, just sometimes pretend, that I'm taking it as a verb phrase because it has adverbs and the verb. And then to be, that it's an infinitive, but we could say that it's an infinitive phrase. And then parts of speech, I, a personal pronoun, functioning as a subject, just is an adverb, sometimes it's also an adverb, pretend is the verb, and to be is, well, the infinitive. And then we have the third sentence, my philosophy in life was that you should hurt first before getting hurt. And this is a complex sentence. First, the main clause, my philosophy in life was, and this clause has two phrases. My philosophy, which is a noun phrase functioning as the subject, and then in life a prepositional phrase. And parts of speech, my is a possessive adjective, philosophy is a noun, in preposition, life is a noun, was is a verb, and then That's the parts of speech in this main clause. And then we have the noun clause of the sentence, and it says that you should hurt first before getting hurt. Phrases in this clause we have should hurt, which is a verb phrase, and before getting hurt is a prepositional phrase, and getting hurt is a gerund phrase. Now, the parts of speech, that is a subordinating conjunction because it's a noun clause. You is a pronoun, personal pronoun. And then we have should. And this is a modal, the modal should, that indicates advices. When you want to give an advice or like a recommendation, you use the modal should. And then you use the verb, for example, here that it should hurt. Okay, then hurt is the verb, the main verb. First is like an adverb, and then before is a preposition, and getting hurt is a gerund phrase because it's like get hurt, and getting hurt would be the gerund. Then we have the fourth sentence. There are times when I'm tougher and more cold-hearted with you, but I have made a decision. Here, this one is a compound complex sentence. And clauses, first we have the main clause, which is there are times. Here there are no phrases. And the parts of speech are there is an adverb, are is the verb, and times is a noun. Then the relative clause, when I'm tougher and more cold-hearted with you. Phrases, we have more cold-hearted, and I'm putting this together because it's an adjective, but it's a comparative. And comparative is similar to superlative because it's a type of adjective, but in the comparatives, you're comparing like two things. And usually you need to add the ER termination ending to the original adjective. But when the adjective has 3 or more syllables, then you add more, the adverb more, to the adjective. For example, here, more cold-hearted, and you're comparing something to another thing. Then we have another phrase, which is with you, and this is a prepositional phrase. Now, parts of speech, we have when, that is a relative pronoun, I is a pronoun, personal pronoun, am is the verb, and then we have here tougher, which is another comparative, but in this case, since the adjective is just tough, then you can add the ER ending and it's tougher. Then we have and, it's a conjunction. More is the adverb, cold-hearted is the adjective, and together they are another comparative. And then with a preposition, and you is a pronoun, it's an object pronoun, functioning as the object of the preposition. And finally, for this sentence is the main clause that says, but I have made a decision. In this clause, we have two phrases, have made, which is a verb phrase. And this verb phrase is in the present perfect, which is one of the verb tenses. And it has the auxiliary have, and then made, which is the main verb, and it's in the past participle. We used present perfect for actions that maybe were made in the past, but they are not like concluded, or that we are sure that, or we think that we are going to repeat them again in the future. Okay, that's the present perfect. Then the other phrase is a decision, which is a noun phrase. And now parts of speech, well, we have but, And this is a coordinating conjunction, also known as fanboys. And then we have I, a personal pronoun, and then is have, which is the auxiliary, as I already said, and made is the main verb in the past participle, and a is an article, and decision is a noun. Then the last sentence, I will change for me and for you, and this one is a simple sentence. So it only has one main clause, which is I will change for me and for you, and the phrases are will change, which is a verb phrase, and this one is in the simple future. This is another verb tense, and as its name indicates, it is used to talk about things that you will do in the future, that you have like a certainty that you will do something. And it's formed by the auxiliary will or modal will, and then the main verb in the base form, in this case, change. Then we have for me, which is a prepositional phrase, and then we have for you, which is another prepositional phrase. And parts of speech is I, a personal pronoun, will is the auxiliary or modal, change is the verb. For preposition, me is an object pronoun and is a conjunction linking two prepositional phrases. For is another preposition, and you is another object pronoun.